Let's talk about GameStop, stock symbol GME. Wow, what a day that this stock got. Now, typically when I do a video on GameStop, it always tends to stir up the hornet's nest, and people come out of all the corners of the internet to tell me how stupid I am or how crazy I am for talking about GME, talking about it in any way that might be construed negative, and how dare I say anything that would be critical of their master, Ryan Cohen. So in this video, I'm looking at it from a technical standpoint. I really don't care if GME succeeds long-term or not. Really don't. I think the people who are trading the stock and always buying the dip, they get very defensive about it. And so whatever. I mean, it is what it is. The charts don't lie. So let's go ahead and get into the charts right now. So GME had one heck of a day, down 22%, lost almost a quarter of its value on the day. And yet there'll be a lot of people that come out and defend the stock. They're diluting their shares, and somehow it'll be like some 3D chess maneuver that simpletons like myself doesn't quite understand, that only the GME shareholders will understand, and the true diamond hands of the stock. But you have this huge support level. This goes all the way back to May. Now, it looks like for the most part is holding it at the moment. Now, I wouldn't put a lot of faith in this. If you get that follow through to the downside and you close below it, that's where you got to start getting a little bit nervous about this stock even providing further downside in the days and weeks ahead. Break this level, you got a problem. Now, what you want to look for here is whether or not this level holds. It needs to test, which it's doing right now and holding. So far, it's holding, but you don't know it's going to hold until you get the third key element, and that's the bounce. Pretty simple, right? Test, hold, bounce. But you can't jump into it just because it's testing or just because it's holding so far, because oftentimes it will break through a support level. Just because it's testing a technical level doesn't mean it has to hold the technical level. Just like when you're playing stocks to the upside, you're looking for breakouts. In this case, it would be a breakdown if it broke below it. So you have to make sure that it gives you a better reason than not that it's trying to hold this support level. You also have some resistance overhead, and it's been trading in this channel for quite some time. It really has not broken out of this range, and it's not perfectly parallel. If you look at it, it's got a slight more of a slope to it on the upper end of this channel, but nonetheless, this seems to be the parameters that this stock has been following. So now we're back to where we were at in April, we're back to where we were at in March, and many times before that. Testing this level, let's see what it does. If it breaks below it, that's where things get very troublesome here, because you do have a support level, and it's not necessarily what I would call the best support level in the world, but there's some support to be had here at around this 18 mark here. I would probably say it's just about right there. Actually, let's move it up a little bit. There we go. My eyes are getting a little bit worse as I get older, but anyways, around this $18 to $19 range, this is going to be a key support level. Furthermore, you can take it even further back, going all the way to 2021 when you had the whole stock market craze for the meme stock craze for GME. That would have support at $9. Now, do I think it's going straight down to $9? No. But what you want to do is be just aware of and to be cognizant of the levels that could ultimately impact this stock. You have an additional support level right here. This yellow line that I'm drawing across here kind of runs right into the same support level that represents this blue line here. So we're zooming in. You've got four support levels. Two of them are right there on top of each other, this yellow and this blue color, sitting right there. This is a critical level. I really, truly think that this is a key support level going into tomorrow and into next week. It needs to hold that level. If it doesn't, the most logical place for it to go down to is this $18.50 to $19 range. I think that makes a lot of sense right there. And then if things just really start to fall off, and I think, this would probably require a bit more of a broader market sell-off as well, one that lasts longer than what we got post-Liberation Day, I think you're talking about a move that take it down into the single digits. But again, I don't think, and I know people are going to take me wrong here because, oh my gosh, it'll never go down that far. Well, you didn't really expect it to go down 25% today almost, did you? Yeah. So loses 0.25% of its value, everything's on the board. And when you're diluting the stock, it's a very difficult stock to trust from a headline standpoint. I talk about don't hold stocks through earnings. This is another stock. You really can't trade it at all because you have this crazy headline risk that can impact it at any time. And I wouldn't say short it either, because you can get the headlines that artificially prop up this stock. The bigger problem with the stock is it just appears to me that GME is trying to do all of these gimmicky things to try to prop up its stock price, to keep it in the game. When in the end, it's kind of like the Blockbuster of old days. And I know people will say, well, you don't understand the stock. This is the next big market leader. It's going to be $1 trillion market cap one day. It's not, but it's more closer to being the Blockbuster of yesteryear than it is to being the next $1 trillion company. I can tell you that. But overall, there's a lot of support levels here that we need to be paying close attention to. And it's not like I'm saying get worried about this one down here at $9 yet. I'm not. I think what you want to see first, does it hold this support level here in the 21s? And if it doesn't, then what happens here at 18 and 19? Does it hold that level? And if it doesn't, then of course, like $9 to $10 could be on the table at that point. And there's probably much bigger issues at play if this $18 level starts to crack. So if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, I would encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know down in the comments below how much did you hate my video because I talked about GME. And also, let me know what is your plans. Are you buying the dip here or are you bag holding? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the stock, for better, for worse. Thank you guys, and God bless.